What is going on, Alpha Hunters? We are seeing a very wonderful Wednesday going on because not a whole lot's going on. I mean, we're not really doing a whole lot. We did have a little bit of a gap down today. Man, how much was it? 0.2%, not even 0.2%. So there you go. A little bit of a gap down. Traded lower very quickly, broke yesterday's lows, and then we've bounced here over the past hour and a half or so, hour 15 minutes. A little bit of a pull down here the past 10 minutes, but we'll see. We'll see if we continue to roll over. Yeah, yesterday, we just had that sell down early in the morning. Tried to bounce as we went in the afternoon, but just kind of came back down as we went to close in that last hour. Okay. Qs. Looking a little bit better. I would be leaning probably a little bit more bullish just looking at the SPY and Qs, right? Because the Qs here did not break yesterday's lows, as we just saw the SPY did. So I would take the direction of the largest weighting, which would be for me, I would be leaning a little bit more bullish on the market because the Qs are a little bit more bullish. IWM, a little bit negative currently. Nice little gap down, lower trade early on, but man, that after that, next 30 minutes after that first 15, man, it ripped higher. Pretty good there. But yeah, kind of choppy here over the past 30 minutes. All right. DIA, basically flat. Kind of just been all over the place today. All right. RSP. RSP, nice lower open here on the RSP. Kind of bounced. It didn't really trade a whole lot lower there in the start, but it did break yesterday's low just barely. And it did bounce. Nice little sideways actually over the past hour or so. And then see if it pushes higher. I would imagine the market probably does, just because the Qs did not break yesterday's low. SPY did. Typically when you see that, you kind of go in the direction of the Qs. So I would expect to see some bounce here. And the other thing is I think we'll probably see a new high here on the RSP and SPY in October, maybe going into next week. So we'll see. RSP though looks like it's getting continuing to get the support off the 10 EMA on the daily coming up. Looks pretty good. DIA also looking pretty good. Higher lows on the wicks coming through today, yesterday, and Monday. So yeah, looks pretty good. Just really choppy right now. IWM doesn't look extremely bullish. Nice little gap down. Broke yesterday's low. Kind of a little upper wick to the 10 EMA on the daily. So if the IWM can get a little bit more bullish by the end of the day today, not bad looking, but also just doesn't look great if we end at this level or lower today. Qs. Yeah, Qs came down, hit that 20 EMA yesterday. And that was kind of not a bad spot to be looking to be bullish. They kind of got wiped out there in that first hour yesterday. If we roll back down and get back down to like today's lows or yesterday's lows and start to move lower, I would expect to see maybe some selling, continue into later today if that happens, and tomorrow. But for now, I would be leaning bullish as we go into the end of the week and into next week. That's just kind of where I'm at with that. The 20 EMA kind of came right into that on the SPY today. Wow. So a quick little drop there to kind of start the day, hit right in that 20 EMA. And hold on, let me see. Did we break this wick? Low 565.17, low today 565.27. So we did not break that little bit of a low back there on September 20th. But we got pretty close to it. But basically, right in that 20 EMA looks pretty good. Support probably continues to bounce here over the next couple of days, I would expect. All right, VIX. VIX coming down a little bit. We're not really doing a whole lot, so kind of makes sense. At least not go higher. DXY. Wow. So yeah. Okay. Definitely thought this thing was going to be breaking down as we came into the week. It just kind of had that look to it, but you can see it has climbed here as we've gone into this week. All right. DXY. Obviously, we're coming up into somewhat of a support and resistance area right here. We got this little double top spot here. So 101.9. If we're going from basically like this 100.3 level all the way up to that level here in just a few days, maybe get there tomorrow, maybe later today, I would expect at least a little bit of a chop maybe tomorrow. And if we get through that, you're probably going to be playing that spot on a retest to go higher. I mean, we're going to have another spot here around 102.3 ish, right here where this low wick was, this lower wick was. Kind of got a little bit of lower wick back here from December, November. So, all right. Yeah. DXY coming back to life. GLD Gold Trust. Yep, not too unexpected. I would expect. Yep, kind of just talked about that yesterday. A little bit of upper wick kind of was coming in. Maybe just consolidates here for maybe a day, two more, pushes higher. There you go. Other than that, I just continue to be bullish on any kind of dips. Yields, wow, 10-year yield. Looking for that drop off rollover yesterday. It has bounced back today. TO day. Wow. I don't think we got any crazy data this morning. Not really. We got some mortgage applications and stuff like that. Mortgage data points, I guess. So it looks like mortgage applications went down 1.3%. So there you go. Mortgage market index looks like it's lower from prior. All that doesn't sound great for the housing. And then we got energy stuff about an hour after the market, which is probably one reason why we were a little whipsaw about 35 minutes ago or so. All right. Anyways, we will get some pretty important data tomorrow and Friday. More jobs and labor market data. Obviously, we get the weekly stuff tomorrow, and then we'll get unemployment Friday. Friday. A 10 and 2 inversion. Nice bounce here on the 10 and 2 inversion. HYG looking kind of hangout-ish, but it did have a little bit of a lower open today. Not totally shocked to kind of see quite a bit of these bonds actually trading lower, especially with how much the yields bounced today. LQD, obviously, over the past couple of days, we saw the LQD and even the TLT here in a sec. We'll look at that, but you saw them bounce through in a little lower wick there. Thursday bounce, Friday, and then come out to this week, and then we have traded down. This morning on the gap down on the LQD here, we broke that lower wick from Thursday. So that was the bounce spot, basically. And now that we're breaking that down, we got a little bit more room to maybe run. You could say maybe this little top here from back in August, kind of like late August, maybe that's going to hold it, and we'll see the bonds push higher. If not, you're probably looking for that 50 EMA move. So we got a pretty good little drop there. TLT, yeah, broke its lower wick from Thursday. And there is not much in the way of a pretty good drop here, because especially if we close below that 50 EMA, because that's basically where we bounced there Thursday. Now we got below it, and we're still below it. It's not like the LQD where it opened below it. Now we traded above that wick there on Thursday. We are still below it right now. So we're going to have this one spot back from August 30th, this low, which is about 96.5. Other than that, you're looking for a move all the way probably down to about 95, upper 94s in this area. And that's also where the long terms will be right there. So you can see the 100 right on top of that 95 level. And you see the 200 right there at like 94.3. So you also got several tops in here. So this is going to be a pretty good zone that if you do play this bearish here, you're probably just saying, yeah, I'm going to take it off at about that 95 level whenever you approach that, because there's a lot of different supports in that area. All right, let's take a look at sector rotation on the day. We are seeing some pretty good pretty good flows here so far today. Energy started off pretty good. Tech is actually currently leading the way, and that is what you want to see if you want to see the market rally. You want to see tech bouncing, leading, whichever way this is. If it's at the higher end of the day, it's probably pretty good to lean bullish. If it's at the lower end of the day, it's probably pretty good to lean bearish. Energy's also outperforming on the day. Nice gap up there on energy. It's traded a little bit higher, but it's come down. Okay. Other than that, we got some things in line with the market, which is industrials, materials, kind of financials, healthcare as well, all kind of mixed in there. And you got communications and utilities underperforming, real estate, staples, and discretionaries all underperforming. Discretionaries got hit pretty good. This probably has a lot to do with TSLA. We can take a look at that here in just a second. Tech is definitely doing pretty good there on the intraday. Healthcare, industrials, utilities, all outperforming. Discretionary is kind of in line with the market there. Materials as well as financials, kind of all just kind of mixed in there. Real estate underperforming a little bit. Kind of makes sense too with how much yields are pushing higher. Communications underperforming, staples underperforming, and energies lagging behind their intraday, even though they did get hit with a pretty good gap up. You can see really when that EIA data came out, they've kind of just been fading ever since that point.